So what does it take to sound like a true Las Vegas local? We're a big, diverse melting pot, but we do have some peculiar pronunciations and unique ways of talking about things. Today on CityCast Las Vegas, we break it down with longtime Vegas folks Brent Holmes and Lily Allen to reveal the secret language of being a bona fide local. And I got to tell you, parts of the conversation go hella deep. It's Tuesday, October 24th. I'm David Figler, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Lily Allen and Brent Holmes, welcome to CityCast Las Vegas.
Hi, David. Thanks. Yeah, thank you for having us on.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Well, we're going to have a fun talk because you're both Las Vegas locals, no doubt about it. But I look around at what is the measure of that, right? So one thing is streets. New York City has a street called Houston, not spelled like it sounds. San Francisco has Gough Street, also the same. What are some of the place names here that will mark someone as an outsider instantly if they get it wrong?
I think we should start with the big one, the state name, which I do often say as Nevada or Nevada, but I think eyes roll whenever you get it wrong.
You actually allow yourself to say Nevada?
I do, because I come from a place where people speak Spanish, and that's the most natural way it feels like to say it. Every time I say it wrong, I think, and people notice.
Right, but you say it wrong because that's how we accept you and embrace you into the heart of what it means to be a Las Vegan, is to at least start with the name being said right?
Nevada. Nevada.
Okay, we all passed the test.
Now I can run for office. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'm going to practice that one off air, I promise.
No, well, I mean, the thing is that when people come here, especially, sure, politicians or whatever, and they say it wrong, people will boo them to their faces. There is no hesitancy, right?
Yeah, it's like a pronunciation form of indoctrination. If you really want to be of the people of the place, you have to say Nevada, which is super gringified. I completely agree, Lily. Like it's not the actual correct pronunciation of the word, right? But that's how we're gonna say it.
Where do we think it comes from? Like, when did this happen? When did it become a marker of, like, in-group, out-group behavior?
A marker of in-group, out-group behavior is exactly how it was described on a podcast that we did a little while ago with this amazing linguist from UNR. Her name was Valerie Friedland, and she talked about the evolution. There were competing Nevadas for a long time, and she told us about this interesting concept called the shibboleth. I think I'm saying that right. And that was like basically if you said it right, you were welcomed into the village. If you said it wrong, they took off your head. And Nevada decided to jump on that with Nevada. So let's localize a little bit more. What are maybe some of those markers or shibboleths here in Las Vegas?
I mean, there's always the strange little side street McLeod or McLeod if you're getting it wrong, right? So if you say I'm on Pecos and McLeod, and I did for years, right? For years I was like, I'm on Pecos and McLeod, and then somebody was like, you mean McLeod? And I was like, yeah, that word makes a lot more sense.
Does it though?
Not by the way it's spelled, certainly
There's
not
that
phonetically.
extra C to get to cloud.
I know.
Yeah. What do you think, Lily? What are some other good ones?
Honestly, I think I'm just the contrarian here. I just say it however I think it will be said, and then someone like Brent or David will correct me. And then
no.
it's all
Now we're the
good.
bad guys?
Lily, you're being outgrouped so hard. What's going on?
I know.
Let's hit some more of those place names.
I mean, you've got Aviquame, which is a very important mountain range about an hour outside of town, which is extremely hard to pronounce for anyone not of the native community there, I would say. You've got Armagosa, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Would you say Armagosa or Armagosa or...
I would say Amargosa, like the R is a little bit later in the phrase.
Okay, Lily, let me ask you: would you say caliente or would you say caliente?
I would say caliente because I'm not that I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta be a true Vegas local, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I would say caliente. And then there
See,
is
I've heard it. I've heard people who are from that area call it Caliente.
right. I I adore your shock there, Lily. Um, there's Beatty, or which is how it should be said, but it's Beatty,
Yep.
Beatty every single time. And my favorite, which is Zyzex, the unpronounceable road.
Oh, I
Which
go
if
with
you're on,
Zizix.
you go with
Are any of
Zyzex?
us local Las Vegans? I'm doubting my own identity at this point.
David, it's
Yeah, me
Zyzex
too.
for sure.
Lily, when you drive to LA and you see that sign, what sound comes to your head when you see that sign?
Literally just like but I've seriously never even heard that be pronounced. I've never heard anyone actually say it. It's just noise.
It's just noise. It's just a bunch of random effing letters in a row
Yeah,
just to make you look.
I guess we can get away with that. This is the English language.
exactly.
Nobody actually cares.
And speaking of nearby jaunts, I shout out to Ely, Nevada, not Eli or Ellie, and then Tule Springs, not Tool Springs.
All right, it's Summerlin, not Summerland. Just making sure you understand that. If you just got here and you're like, I'm going to Summerland, no, you're going to Summerlin.
You know, we're a little flexible, but we are a little entrenched, and I'm wondering if there's other areas that we're entrenched in, things that newcomers should learn how to pronounce. I'm thinking flora, fauna, geographic features.
We say yucca instead of yucca to describe those wonderful plants that stab you in the leg. Or do you, Lily?
I was gonna say that is blowing my mind. I personally would say yucca.
You
You
would call it Yucca Mountain?
Uh, Probably because sincerely, I have no idea where that is.
it's far away. Uh,
It's 90 minutes away and a generation of trauma.
yeah, and a generation of the United States federal government telling us they're going to dump nuclear waste there.
Oh,
Uh,
that's the place. Okay, I do know where that is.
but
I'm
it's
not
not
that
Yucca
ignorant.
Mountain, it's Yucca Mountain. And
It's Yucca Mountain.
yeah,
Wow. So you would call them yucca fries?
yeah, I would. Yeah, like fried, I would say yucca, not yucca. And I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong vernacularly, like according to actual linguistics, but that's what we would say.
No, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Is that we defy conventional linguistics to show our Las Vegas ownership, right? I mean, I always say it's pronounced saguaro. And if you're pronouncing it because it's in your front yard, then you are not a Las Vegan because they are illegal here. So don't do that. So that's it. If you pronounce it the right way, then you are not from here. If you pronounce it the wrong way, then you shouldn't be here either. Either way, get rid of those. Those cactus don't belong here. Go to Arizona and go enjoy them there.
I think there's a really important aspect to the city and our vernacular that we don't always identify, which is hospitality speak, right? And terms like comped or 86th are used pretty frequently as just normal social banter in this city that I think most other towns wouldn't continue to use, right?
Yeah, for sure. Comps. I mean, we talk about comps in every single aspect, and I don't think that is as prevalent in other places.
It's true. I also think like if you're not able to get free tickets to a show anywhere in Las Vegas, you're not a true Las Vegan. You're not in the community.
Whoa. I mean, look at us. I mean, we're all moochers. We want that free ticket. But
Exactly.
uh, I mean, at least to have a good run at it, right? Like sometimes you
Yeah.
have to actually buck down and lay out the money, but there's always that thought in your head, like, I wonder if I know somebody who knows somebody who's going to get me a comp to that. And that is a very Vegas way.
I think actually I want to guide us to somewhere different. Not the names of the actual places, but rather how we talk about cross streets so well. Like if you've lived here for a certain amount of time and you know your cross streets and you can figure out where other people live based on their cross streets, I think that's like a uniquely Las Vegan thing.
Is it like when you're like I'm on Saharan Valley View, right? Like that's people don't do that in other places.
No, and I think like if you're a tourist in Vegas as well, like you have no idea what that means. But once you've lived here long enough, like you kind of recognize the grid enough that you're able
Yes.
to be like, oh yeah, I know where that is. Like I have a friend who lives on Horizon and Horizon, and it's only if you're a true Henderson person that you know where that is.
Or
Yep.
where sunset and sunset is.
Exactly.
But we have other kind of like localized descriptors, right? We talk about on strip or off strip a lot, right? And I don't know any other city that describes their incredibly congested freeway as a spaghetti bowl, right?
Well, it's a very specific part of the congested freeway, which I think is important. It does look like a spaghetti bowl, and being there during peak rush hour is the worst place to be in Las Vegas, off strip.
Right. And then, there's people who identify as being East Siders, but that could mean anything. I think that's literally everything east of the strip, like from Henderson to Ely.
No, you got to be
No,
you got to be
no, no,
below.
no.
No, you got
Come on.
you have to be east of Eastern to
East of
be on the
Eastern.
east side. And David, you pronounce it east side.
Yeah, no one who lives in Henderson gets to call themselves an East Sider. That's not how that works.
All right, that's fair. Let me ask this. Is Hendertucky okay? Is that a signifier that you're an okay local and you could get away with that for Henderson?
I think you're a true Las Vegan if you call it I can't even say that. Like that hurts. If you call it Hendertucky, I think you're definitely a Las Vegan, but you're not from Henderson. And I think whenever we use that word, we're talking about a very specific section of Henderson, which is Old Henderson.
Mm.
And even still, I think people hold some like true passion there. Like, no, 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 this is Old Henderson. This is where I'm from. It's a beautiful place, and it's not Hendertucky.
But Hendo, we're all okay with Hendo?
That's up to you. I just don't like the sound of it.
None of us are okay with Hendo, David.
No.
Oh, no. Hendo hate.
No.
I'll take Hendertucky over Hendo. Uh,
Absolutely. Yeah.
like,
All right, well, let's
Yeah.
shoot into some rapid fire for maybe some controversial terms. I'm going to ask you how you feel about the following. How about just Vegas versus Las Vegas? I mean, I've heard people like say, look, if you live in Las Vegas, Vegas is what the boys in the car in the movie Swingers call it. Vegas is for tourists. Las Vegas is where we live. Maybe Vegas is okay as an adjective, but as a proper noun, we are Las Vegas. What do you think about that?
I mean, the boys and swingers say Vegas baby, and I think that's the difference right there. I think most people that live in town still call it Vegas. Again, but that's just within the vernacular I grew up in. And that's the way that everybody talks about the town.
Yeah, same here. I think saying Las Vegas every single sentence is doing a little too much work. Vegas is where we live.
All right. So, in the opinion of the panel, we can go back and forth depending on the situation. Just don't give a comma, baby.
Exactly.
No comma, baby.
No comma, baby.
All right. Well, maybe this one's the more controversial one. Hella. Is it a Vegas term or did we steal it from California?
Hella Vegas kids say hella. Was the catchphrase. I couldn't get away from it in my 20s. That's how long I've lived here. I mean, is it from California? I don't think so.
I've heard, and who knows if it's apocryphal, that the lineage comes from basically Bay Area, Oakland area, hella. But I have lots of friends who grew up here who are hella fanatics of hella, and they claim it. Lily?
I just think it speaks to how much of a little melting pot the city is. Hella is absolutely an East Bay thing, an Oakland thing, a Bay Area thing, whatever you want to call it. But we have such a mixture of people here that it's made its way here. And maybe now we can call it a Vegas thing, but it's one of those things we've kind of made our own, is what I'll say.
All right. Hey, let me ask you this question as Las Vegas peoples. Are we a Southwest town, a West Coast town, or Mountain West town? We get referred to it all three ways. You know that.
Yeah.
We have no ocean, henceforth coast is pretty inaccurate.
We have no ocean now.
Well, when California
climate change and earthquakes, my friend, we're there. We're right on that fault.
That sounds hella terrifying, David. Lily, are we Mountain West? Are we?
I
Southwest?
I don't think anyone knows what that means. I think it depends on just who's asking. Sometimes if you're talking to an East Coaster, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, we're in the West Coast, just to feel, like we're part of the same world.
Yeah, we're Pacific time. Pacific time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we're distinctly regionally a Southwest town. I mean, okay,
100%.
Joshua Tree is closer to the coast than we are, and they are certainly considered a Southwest town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Utah, you would never refer to any town in Utah as Mountain West. You would refer to it as Southwest, right? Or at least the majority of the state of Utah.
We're also a very mountainous region.
I mean,
we are surrounded by mountains. We are part of a network.
Yeah.
We're also a desert system that's different from other desert systems that are to our east. So we're Mojave, which goes all the way through California, not Sonoran, which starts in Arizona and goes. So where are we? Who are we? What is our identity?
We're just so iconic, David, that we get to be part of whatever we want. We're Las Vegas.
We're our own place.
Yeah, we don't need to be part of any system. We're Las Vegas. Everyone knows what this is and where it is, Everywhere in the world.
We're not Southwest. We're not Mountain West. We're not West Coast. We're friggin' Vegas. No comma, baby.
Exactly.
Okay, guys, just for funsies, if you were going to invent your own Las Vegas shibboleth, the guard gate to whether or not someone's a local or not a local, what is that word? Make up a word for me.
Make up a word, or can I compound one?
You could do a portmanteau.
A portmanteau. I believe we have a sparkle grime in this city.
Sparkle grime.
It's just a perfect descriptor of a certain quality or aspect of the city. Fremont Street's got hella sparkle grime, right? It's like embedded in the DNA of Las Vegas. That would be my portmanteau shibboleth.
Lily, what you got? Making up words.
I think for me, it's something just more ephemeral about maybe it's like a personality thing. Like if you're not kind and open and just really down to talk to strangers in random places, then maybe you're not a true Las Vegan. I think that's how I feel.
That is so beautiful. And me, I am on a mission. I want to change the area that is the oval around Las Vegas Boulevard and just call that all Strip City. All right. Well, that was definitely fun with my Las Vegas locals, Brent Holmes and Lily Allen. I'll see you at all the cross streets. I'll see you on the east side or maybe Summerlin. And
David, it's east side.
And I will definitely look forward to seeing you both back on CityCast Las Vegas. Lily, Brent, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Brent.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Lily.
That's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend and tell them in that special Vegas language? Leave us a review too and subscribe to our morning newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Till then, stay lucky. Real quick, everyone use hella in a sentence.
Hella spiders.
Damn it.